From childhood, Martha Green had always been the quiet one in the family, too quiet, according to her parents. While her siblings shined in every room they entered, Martha was the kind of girl people overlooked without noticing they had done so. Her older brother, Roy, collected trophies for debates and sports, stacking them like proof of his inevitable greatness. Her sister, Haley, was a rising star in fashion circles, convinced that success existed only where cameras flashed. Their parents praised them loudly, proudly, endlessly. But Martha? They claimed she was sweet, just not very ambitious. They laughed that her love for computers was cute, and they never once asked what she was actually building on that laptop they dismissed. Years passed, and nothing changed. Roy became a manager in the family's construction firm, and Haley launched a brand she talked about more than she actually ran. Their lines revolved around making appearances, dressing to impress, and chasing admiration. Martha worked quietly, and because she didn't demand attention, her family gave her none. They never realized that the world she was building in silence would one day overshadow everything they thought they were. Her father's 70th birthday was held at the prestigious Rose Hill Estate Club, the kind of place where everything gleamed too much and everyone whispered too loudly. The family rented a private banquet hall where Roy planned to give a speech about the new era of their business. But Martha wasn't invited inside. "We prepared a table for you on the back terrace," her mother said, adjusting her brooch. "You're not very involved in business matters, you know. It'll be more comfortable for you there." Martha didn't argue. She never did. Through the glass doors, she watched Roy gesturing dramatically in his new Brioni suit as he bragged about upcoming development projects. Haley posed for the club photographer in a shivering Balmain dress. Their smiles were wide, almost hollow. They looked successful. But only one person here truly was successful, and she sat alone on the terrace. For the last 6 years, Martha had been quietly building Vertex Global Systems, a tech company that had swallowed some of the fastest-growing startups in the country. The corporation grew like a storm no one saw coming. And only that morning, the board had voted to appoint her as the new chief executive officer. In just an hour, she was expected at an emergency board meeting to finalize a $12 billion acquisition. But her family didn't know, because they never cared to ask. Her phone buzzed, 3 missed calls from her executive team. Text message, "Board assembled, awaiting your arrival." Haley stepped outside, swirling her perfume behind her. "Martha, darling, you could really dress better. What is it you do again? Journalism? Something with writing? I always forget." Martha smiled. "Something like that." Haley left, satisfied she had been helpful. Another message lit up Martha's phone, and at that exact moment, a deep, thunderous sound rolled across the estate. Heads turned. Whispers rose. A sleek silver corporate aircraft descended onto the lawn, its surface glinting with the emblem of Vertex Global Systems, a luminous mountain peak. Guests spilled out of the banquet hall. Roy froze mid-sentence. Haley's smile collapsed. Their parents stared, unable to comprehend what they were seeing. The aircraft hatch opened, and a professional security team stepped out. Their leader approached Martha with respectful precision. "Dr. Green, the board is waiting. All parties have signed. Only your signature remains." Roy blinked rapidly. "Doctor who?" Martha rose slowly, smoothing her simple gray blazer, the one Haley once called too dull to be fashionable. The security chief repeated clearly, "Dr. Martha Green, Chief Executive Officer of Vertex Global Systems." Silence fell like a storm. Her father stepped forward, voice unsteady. "Martha, you mean this company is yours?" "I founded it," she answered calmly. "And yes, today we're closing a $12 billion deal." Haley's face went pale. Roy's glass slipped from his hand. Martha looked at them the same way they'd looked at her for years, with quiet distance. Not anger, not resentment, just truth. "If you'll excuse me, I have work to do." She stepped into the aircraft, and the doors closed with a soft hiss, leaving her stunned family on the lawn, small, fragile, and suddenly irrelevant. The following days were a flood of desperate messages. "Mother, we want to host a dinner in your honor." Father, perhaps your company and ours could merge. Haley, I'd love to help refine your public image now that you're famous. Roy, let's discuss strategy. There's potential for collaboration. Martha replied only, please coordinate with my assistant, and often didn't reply at all. Then one morning, she made a quiet decision. She bought Rose Hill Estate Club, the very place where her family had spent years deciding her place. When the new plaques went up reading, property of Vertex Global Systems, owner Dr. Martha Green, her family finally understood. The next invitation they sent said, head seat reserved for Martha. She replied, thank you. I'm unavailable. Leading a summit from the top takes time. And she returned to her office, a glass-walled corner high above the city, the skyline glittering like a crown she had built herself. Because true success isn't sitting at the head of the table. It's owning the building where that table stands.